All right, I'm going to keep the resistance exercise stuff moving here. I've got some dumbbells here. I've got a set of 20s, a set of 30s here in my house, and I am going to work on some biceps, triceps, and shoulders today. And then I'm also going to use the weights for some squat workouts. So again, my big goal that I have is I'm trying to use resistance exercise. So anything that is kind of, let's say, a little bit strenuous of sorts, to one, be able to burn fat. And what I mean by that is this will help speed up my metabolic rate even when I'm resting, using exercise, this type of exercise. So this isn't out just going for a walk or hike or something like that. It's again where we're, something like adding weights helps us do that. The other one is this actually can also help with lowering the HDL cholesterol, so which is a challenge for me. I am on medication for cholesterol and trying to address that. So, and this was coming from advice from my nutritionist, which was really interesting. Talking to a doctor is one thing, all good, but they don't necessarily get deep into it. And the nutritionist talked about this, and which was really interesting, that it wasn't just a discussion about food. It was like, hey, here's what you need to do in regards to food with battling this higher cholesterol, but here's what you also need to be doing with exercise. So, all right, we're gonna get this moving. I am going to start out with some lighter weight and higher reps here. I will add the higher weight and possibly less reps as I get going here. So I'm just gonna see where I'm at, because again, I am jumping back into this and not as in shape as I'd like to be. So I'm going to start off with some curls here. And there are different ways to do curls. All right. I've already lost track of count here. I'm just going to say that's 5 maybe. Okay, that's good. And I think it's easy to get kind of just like complacent again as we get older, and we've earned have the nice couch and the nice TV, or hey, we're older and so I'm not as mobile to just kind of sit around and do nothing. And then the other one is the going in and just a snacking when we don't need the snack, or as my nutritionist said, when you get bored. And so that's something I just want to try to fight off. We have to, like, I'm not necessarily going to lose weight because I exercise. I am going to have that opportunity to burn fat, as I'm talking about with this resistance type of exercising. And but you're not going to sit there and just be like sweating it off. I mean, that's just water weight basically. So, all right, I'm going to try to go up in weight here and see how I'm feeling. So I'm moving all the way up to 30s. Whew, that feels different already. So I'm trying to see if I can get to 8 reps. 8, 9. And I know I'm in a bad place in regards to any kind of curl if I am swinging, where I'm like using my back to be pulling up. I don't want any situation where I get hurt and all that. So anyway, so yeah, a goal would be, I would say, trying to get to like 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 reps. So repetition is each time I do one time, that's your repetition there. So when I've done those curls, I like to do 3 sets. So each time I'm doing that 6 to 10 repetitions or reps, that is 1 set. I try to do 3 sets. That works good for me. I'm going to try to do what they call a skull crusher. You can get hurt with this if you're using too much weight. I could certainly use more weight. I'm going to try a 20. I'm going to balance this with my one arm. So here we go. I'm going with my right arm, but my left is just kind of providing guidance for safety reasons. And again, I'm trying to go 6 to 10 repetitions with this. And just like anything, this is going to hurt after a day or two. I'm definitely going to feel it, and I'm going to have to work through a little bit of the pain. Unless I've injured myself or something like that, then you don't want to work through that pain. I'm going to go this direction just so you can kind of see what's that look like from back. So on that one, I was using my left arm, was the one that was taking all the weight. My right was just for guidance. So finish my skull crushers. I'm going to jump into some shoulder presses. So I'm standing up. I'm going to have the 2 dumbbells in my hand and bring them up here. A lot of times they talk about, what's a good time to do exercises. Morning is one of those ones that sometimes can be good. So there are studies that say that doing an exercise in the morning actually can help kind of suppress appetite a little bit, as long as it's something rigorous in regards to this exercise, which is what this resistance training is. Using weights can certainly help with that. If it's something that's kind of like doing like a walk or something like that, you actually might come back feeling hungry, actually. So what's happened is the blood flow is kind of moving from the stomach area to the muscles with doing this resistance training, whereas maybe just doing a light walk where it's not necessarily working the muscles as hard, you still then have that blood flow that's going to the stomach area, and then you're still wanting to eat some food. So here we go, some shoulder presses. Oh, there we go. And I'm keeping this kind of straight. If you're noticing, when I come down, I'm trying to go parallel and then up. I'm kind of, these ones got a little bit of rubber on it, so I just kind of tap them together when I get up to the top. Again, you want to make sure if something going over top of your head, that you're using weight that you can really handle. And anyways, this exercise is not about trying to be some giant bodybuilder or anything like that. If you're going to be doing the bodybuildery type of thing, then you need to be in a proper gym with proper support, people that are there to help spot you and make sure you're protected. So, all right, so I'm again trying to do 6 to 10 repetitions or reps. I'm going to do 3 sets of these. So I did want you to know that if on that shoulder press, you can also do that seated. If you're anybody like myself, where you have back issues, especially like a lower back issue, I do highly recommend of really keeping that weight at a manageable level. So one, it's safe over top of your skull, but just making sure that you're not straining your back or doing anything that's going to cause you some issues. So you can also do it seated, which will help you out. You just got to make sure you keep a really good posture. All right. And I'm going to jump into some lunges here in a little bit. You definitely want to make sure you're on good ground, good footing with this if you're adding weights to it. Again, if you check out one of my earlier, didn't mean to say lunges, but squats. If you check out one of my earlier videos about squats, you don't have to do this with any kind of weights. You can do this completely on your own. If there's any issue or concern, you can also just add coming up and down from a secure chair, not a swivel chair or office chair, but something that's pretty secure. So, all right, my legs I'm going to do just about like shoulder width apart and coming down, and I'm keeping my back straight. Building up strength in our legs as we get older is so critical. It's something that's completely just overlooked by people because we run into this struggle of not having as much strength, where we can lose balance. And then the issue is, of course, as we're older, falls can be such a challenge because we just aren't the same. Like when we were in our 20s and 30s, you fall down and you just kind of get hurt for a little bit and then you're fine. But nowadays it turns into something bigger than that. So I've got my 30-pound weights here. Again, lower back issue guy. I've had spine surgery before. I am keeping my back in a straightened position. I am never bending over, especially with the weights. That's just not good for me. probably not good for you if you got any back issues. I do want to do 3 sets. I'm okay with like a 6 to 10 reps again on that. And again, this doesn't even have to be with any weights. You can do your arms out in front of you. Same thing, keeping that back straight and going down. In a perfect world, my goal is that my knees are going to be, or sorry, my thighs are going to be, let's say, parallel with the ground, if I can do that. You can use a chair to hold on to do these kind of things, as long as it's secure. I also like doing it from, if I needed to, in a seated position. I can just go and sit down on a secure chair and do it that way. All right, hope you enjoyed these resistance exercises that I'm doing. I'm 51 years old, and this is just, again, part of that helping with my cholesterol. Something that helps me actually with burning fat even when I'm resting is that I've added this resistance training to, you know, a daily exercise or daily routine. And I just wanted to encourage you also to don't rush any of this at all. Be very careful and safe when you're doing these exercises. It's just important. And but man, it's definitely a great thing, and I'm feeling good, and hope you do too. And thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Bye.